What is a PPT, or a protective property trust? Let me tell you about Susan. She did what so many people do. She thought she was protecting her home. A local will writer offered her a will trust for £1,400, and it sounded official. The sales rep even called it a protective property trust, or PPT. It was affordable, it sounded smart, and it came with a lovely thick binder of documents, and it felt really impressive. Fast forward 5 years, and Susan ended up in care. Her husband had already passed away, and the council, they assessed the entire value of her house. The trust she thought that would protect her didn't even activate, because it only comes into effect after death. Hi, I'm Mike Pugh from MP Estate Planning UK, and in this video, I'm going to explain what a PPT really is, or a protective property trust. I'm going to show you what 90% of will writers do and what they don't do, and I'll explain why lifetime trust planning is superior on every metric. I'll also explain how Estate Pro AI, our proprietary software, analyzes 13 real threats, and most firms don't even check for them. So let's expose the truth behind some of the industry's biggest shortcuts and explain what proper planning actually looks like. What is a PPT? A protective property trust is not a standalone legal product. It's a clause inside of a will. It's designed to take effect after death, typically to ring-fence a share of the main residence. It can protect 50% of the home from care fees if one partner dies before the other one. It can also help to prevent sideways disinheritance in remarriage scenarios. But here's the big catch. A PPT is completely ineffective while you're still alive. It only activates once you're dead. So it does nothing to reduce inheritance taxes, or help with probate delays, or shield assets during your lifetime. In short, it's only part of the story, and yet it's being sold as a whole solution. All will writers offer PPTs or will trusts, and most of them offer them as their main product. Why? Well, because honestly, they're easy to draft, they're cheap to deliver, and they require no deep tax knowledge, and they don't involve pre-death planning and its complexity. You'll often see these packaged as family protection will trusts, or property trust will, or asset shield will, or home protection plan will. There's all kinds of marketing names, and the same names sound very reassuring, and the prices look really tempting, usually about £1,000 to up to £2,000. The truth is, these are just will documents with a post-death trust clause inside. And that is like putting smoke alarms in after the fire has already started. Now let me tell you what we do that is different. What do we do that's so different? At MP Estate Planning UK, we specialize in lifetime trust planning, structures that become effective immediately while you're alive. We use family home protection trusts, plus gifted property trusts, and second property trusts. And we can also set up discretionary and flexible trusts where appropriate. These trusts can begin reducing inheritance taxes now. They can help to avoid probate delays completely. They can provide protection from day one. They can shield assets from care fees, divorce, financial threats during your lifetime. Because let's face it, your problems won't happen after you die. All your problems are going to happen while you're still here. So if your trust doesn't activate until after you're gone, what is it really doing? So let's talk about what makes our planning technically superior. Well, we've built Estate Pro AI. It's our proprietary planning software because we're tired of seeing clients misunderstanding basic simple planning. Estate Pro runs 13 separate legal and financial threat analysis, including probate delays, TRS registration risks, inheritance tax exposure, gifting and taper trap errors, R&RB disqualification, deprivation of asset concerns, trustee conflict warnings, and misalignment between trusts and wills, lifetime versus post-death effectiveness. Nothing we do is based on loopholes. Everything is grounded in UK legislation and statute. And in a world of rising taxes and council scrutiny and increasing regulation, you want your protection based on law, not labels. Clients often say to us, "But another firm offered me a trust for £1,400. Why are yours so much more?" Simple answer, because their trust might do maybe 1/10 of what our planning actually does. Their plan doesn't start working until you're dead. And remember, it's like comparing a tent with a brick house. Yes, a tent is cheaper, but you wouldn't want to live in it during a storm. And to be clear, we do offer will trusts. We just use them in the right context as part of the full estate plan, not as a standalone silver bullet. But if someone is selling you a PPT as a full plan, they're either cutting corners or they just don't have the knowledge. Let me tell you another story about Karen. Her parents came to us in 2018 and set up a Family Home Protection Trust Plus. Her dad passed away in February of 2024, and their home, fully protected. No divorce problems, no probate delays, no care fee loss, no inheritance tax. Just a daughter with peace of mind and a legacy that's intact. In fact, she was so moved, she filmed a little testimonial video about it, and I think we're one of the first estate planning firms in the entire UK with real client proof like this. Here's the video. So, if someone's offered you a trust and a will for £1,400, you should ask, when does it take effect? What does it actually protect before death? Is this just a protective property trust, or is this a full estate plan? If you'd like to find out more, go ahead and book a 20-minute free consultation. Let us run your plan through Estate Pro and see what your plan currently does and what it's missing. And if you want proof that this works and not just some marketing waffle, you can watch real stories from real clients who have left us testimonials, including this family whose home was protected with a real trust. Because proper planning does not start after you die. Remember, plan, don't panic. We'll see you in the next one.